If you want a monetized YouTube channel, but the 4,000 watch hour goal feels just so out of reach or simply unachievable, then you have landed on the right video, because I want to show you not only how to reach that number of 4,000 watch hours, but to show you that it's actually closer than you think it might be. So in this video, you will learn the 10 strategies that you can use on your YouTube channel to hit 4,000 watch hours. Tips number 5 and 6 are severely underrated and honestly my personal favorite. And the very last tip is actually the one thing that I did to hit my first viral video on YouTube, and honestly is the reason that my channel blew up. As always, timestamps are below. Use them if you need them. Let's jump in. Strategy number 1 is your idea pipeline. If you're wanting more watch hours, you're going to need to start creating a list of validated video ideas that people are going to actually want to watch, hence watch hours. Now, these aren't just any old ideas that come to you, you're just making videos free willy-nilly. These are validated ideas that you know are going to draw the right people in. So how do you come up with this list of video ideas? There's 3 options that I'll talk about, and I'll kind of breeze through them because I have plenty of deep dive videos on my channel. But option 1 is keyword research. If you're starting from absolute scratch, I always recommend starting and leaning into keyword research, because your videos can come up on YouTube in a few different places, right? You have the home screen, you have in recommended or up next videos, and you have in search results. But if you're starting from 0, the odds of you ranking on the home page, I'm not gonna say are impossible, but it's gonna be pretty hard. So the one thing that you have that you can use to your advantage is targeting specific words or keywords or search phrases and using that to rank in search results. That's gonna give you the best opportunity to start getting those watch hours. This is where SEO comes in, and SEO doesn't have to be a scary thing. It's actually a lot easier nowadays than ever before, and SEO stands for search engine optimization. Simply put, all this is asking yourself, what strategy are you implementing to show up in search results? Do you have a strategy? If you do, you're likely implementing SEO. Some ways to implement this or get validated ideas that will help you rank in search results is to type in your niche or your content pillar on YouTube right now. Go to the YouTube search bar. Actually, don't click away from this video, but go to the YouTube search bar and type in your niche, like running or whatever topic you probably talk about on your channel, and see what the suggested results are under that. Any suggested phrases like running tips, running gear, those phrases are phrases that you'll want to make videos on and use in your title and description. It's really as simple as that. There are tools that can help make this process easier, helping you find validated video ideas like TubeBuddy, vidIQ, Answer the Public, and my personal favorite is Keywords Everywhere. I use Keywords Everywhere all the ding dong time because it shows me how many people are actually looking up a specific term, and then I could gauge whether or not it's worth making a video about that topic. The reason that we're leaning into these search phrases is because YouTube is literally telling you, hey, this is what people on YouTube are searching. They're actively looking for this. Maybe make a video on this topic so you could provide the answers and show up in those search results. That's all it is. That's why I recommend leaning into it. Now, option 2 is utilizing your niche neighbors or competitors, whatever you want to call them, and analyzing what's working for them and maybe figuring out if there's a way for you to adapt it to your own industry. Rule of thumb here is when you're looking at your niche neighbors or competitors, I always tell my students to look at other YouTubers that are maybe under 500,000 subscribers or even between 10,000 and 100,000 subscribers, because that's showing you that that content creator is probably currently on their YouTube growth journey. Therefore, they're probably implementing current YouTube strategy. Whereas if you have a YouTuber that you just love and they have like millions of followers, for example, Zoella, I can't get enough of her. I've been watching her since I was in high school and she has millions of followers, but I'm not going to use her to come up with content ideas because she blew up years ago. So the content she's making now might not be relevant to the strategies I should be implementing now. So go to your niche neighbor's YouTube channel and look at maybe their recent 12 videos. Are there any outliers, videos that are performing extraordinarily well for them or above average? That could give you a gauge on like what's currently working. Or you could even look at their most popular videos to see lifetime wise, the lifetime of their channel, what videos kind of popped off and went viral for them. And maybe if they're within the last 2 to 3 years, maybe recreating or making your own version of those. The reason you're looking at niche neighbors or people who are making content similar to what you want to be creating is because they have the audience, they have the data for you to pull from. And if they're creating content similar to what you want to create about, they probably have the same target audience that you're trying to reach. So leaning into the strategies that they're using could be a great way to reach the same people. And then option number 3 is just using third-party tools or outlier tools, tools like 1of10 or vidIQ that sync directly with YouTube and help you find those outlier videos that are like performing extraordinarily well in your industry, and then taking their suggestions and adapting them to your strategies. I personally love the hands-on, thorough, maybe a little slower research. I feel like I learn a lot more with options 1 and 2, but if you simply don't have the time, these third-party tools do the work for you, and you can simply just pull from those validated ideas there. Now, if you are just starting your YouTube journey and you need some help with like setting up your YouTube account with proper SEO strategies, or how to even figure out what your niche is, should you niche down? What videos should you post about? I have a YouTube starter workbook that I created for beginner YouTubers, people who are just starting out. It goes over everything that you might need to know, including like gear checklists, how to come up with content ideas. So I'll leave that link down below. It is completely free, and I hope you find value in it. Strategy number 2 is video packaging. Now, you could have the best validated video idea in the world where you're like, oh my gosh, I know my audience wants this, but the only way to get watch hours is to get views, and the only way to get views is to get people clicking on your video. So how do you get people to click your video when they come across it? Basically, it just comes down to a good thumbnail title combo, aka video packaging. This determines whether or not someone will click on your video. If your packaging is good, they'll click. If you have a YouTube channel right now and you're posting consistently and you're struggling with getting views, it's likely that it's a packaging problem and not an algorithm issue. So how does one make good video packaging happens when you create a strong curiosity gap with your title and thumbnail that becomes too big for the viewer to ignore. So what is a curiosity gap? Basically, the term curiosity gap was coined by Carnegie Mellon University researcher George Loewenstein in 1994 to describe the gap between what a person knows and what they want to know. That gap is the curiosity gap. In YouTube terms, this theory leverages the viewer's curiosity to make them click on your video, since our brains are literally wired to crave closure. Now, if you're able to create a curiosity gap that's strong enough, the viewer will have to click on your video to get that closure that their brain is craving. To show you an example of this, like in real time, this is a thumbnail that creates an amazing, strong curiosity gap. This is from Ryan Trahan. Honestly, you could look at any of his thumbnails and they create amazing curiosity gaps. This one is a video where he's testing 1-star hotels. The thumbnail here is so simple. It's a screenshot of a 1-star review saying, "Don't sleep in room 13." And in the thumbnail, Ryan Trahan wearing pajamas, room 13. He is in room 13. Automatically, just from the visual storytelling of that, you are like, oh snaps. The review says not to sleep in room 13, and Ryan's in room 13. Oh my gosh, what's in room 13? Why is he sleeping in there? We gotta see what's gonna happen. That is creating a strong curiosity gap. There's a bajillion different ways to do that, and it's not gonna be perfect on your first go. It just comes down to experimenting with your thumbnails, and the more you do it, the better you get at it. I still am working on packaging with every single video. I don't think that I have nailed it at all, but it just comes with this openness and willingness to test what you know and try to see if you understand your audience well enough to know what's gonna make them click. Now, if you've learned one new thing so far, consider liking this video because it's going to tell YouTube that other YouTubers like yourself will find this video valuable. And if you learn 2 new things by the end of the video, consider subscribing, since it's a free way to support me, my content, and allows me to make free videos like this for you every single week. Strategy number 3 is your 30-second guarantee. Once someone has clicked on your video, they love your packaging, it's juicy, it's amazing, curiosity gap clicks. Your next job is to convince them to stay. Once they click in that video, they're gonna decide very, very quickly if it's worth watching all the way through. So ideally, before you even press record, having strategically planned out the first 30 seconds of your video is going to give you a huge advantage, because the biggest drop with everyone is going to happen in those first 30 seconds. And if you could retain retain at least 60 to 70% of those eyeballs and every single one of those people who have clicked on your video, you are more likely to get them to watch a good solid chunk of your video, which will add to your watch time. So how do we lean into this like 30-second guarantee and convince someone to stay on your video? I like to do 4 things within the first 30 seconds: confirm, hook, overview, retention. With confirm, you need to confirm that they're in the right place. You need to confirm that what the title and thumbnail said you're going to deliver on, you will deliver on in the video. You weren't just using that packaging as clickbait, you are there to deliver. This also goes in hand with the hook of your video. Can you create another curiosity gap within those first 30 seconds where somebody is more likely to stay till the end? I kind of did that in the beginning of this video, where I said in this video you're going to learn 10 strategies. Number 5 and 6 are severely overlooked, and the last one is the one that I used to have my first video go viral and my YouTube channel take off. So I kind of like hinted at other peak moments that you definitely wouldn't want to miss. Third is the overview, kind of giving them an overview of what they can expect in your video, setting up those realistic expectations. That's why I always do a video breakdown saying in this video, you'll learn XYZ. And of course, can you do that all relatively quickly in 30 seconds or less while maintaining their attention with great pacing and editing? First, let's look at the packaging. We have a thumbnail title combo. Thumbnail is a tweet from Drake saying no refunds. The YouTuber is holding up a burger and the title of the video is saying, I tested celebrity-owned restaurants. Immediately there's curiosity. This YouTuber is going to test a restaurant that Drake owns. There's no refunds. Is there going to be drama? I didn't even know he owned a restaurant. Like, what is happening here? And then when you jump into the video and you look at the first few seconds of the video, first, you are validated you're in the right place. That first frame is matching his thumbnail. It's showing you like, yes, you are in the right place. This is really what the video is going to be about. And the first words he says are, it seems like every celebrity tries to open a restaurant. Drake opened a restaurant, but it was quickly shut down. Da, 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 da. Are these restaurants actually good or are they just a scam? He's acknowledging the celebrity that he used in the thumbnail. He's teasing what to come. The intro is straight to the point. There's fast-paced editing, great visual changes, even some B-roll being implemented to help with that pacing. You can absolutely tell that this creator was intentional with those first 30 seconds. I personally love using B-roll within those first 30 seconds to make a video a little bit more dynamic instead of just talking head. So where can you find B-roll? If you're not filming your own B-roll, then you can find B-roll on websites like Storyblocks, which is what I'm actually using throughout this entire video. I personally love Storyblocks as a resource for B-roll. I've talked about them on this channel for years, and I've personally been using them since 2021. So to be able to partner with them on this video and help show aspiring YouTubers and content creators a really impactful resource that you could use to save time and even up-level your video quality just feels absolutely surreal every single time. So for those of you who don't know, Storyblocks is an all-in-one creative toolkit built to help creators tell stronger, more professional stories through video. It brings together a high quality human-made stock library of footage, music, sound effects, templates, and workflow enhancing tools all in one place so that you could focus on storytelling instead of searching across multiple platforms. I simply just have not had time to film extra B-roll for my videos, especially now being a mom. My time is much more sparse. Like, I feel lucky when I'm able to sit down and film a talking head video like this. So to be able to have instant access to what feels like endless media that I can use and my team can use to elevate my videos even more, and it allows me to save me time, like, sign me up again. One thing that I've been valuing a lot lately as somebody who has been using Storyblocks for years is that even through all of these changes with AI nowadays, Storyblocks' library is still 100% human made, created by contributors who are filmmakers and artists from around the world. So Storyblocks is not a text-to-video AI generation platform. The footage is real and professionally produced while offering AI-powered tools that work alongside the Storyblocks library to help you with your post-production. Then when you post your content, you don't have to worry about copyright claims because everything you download on Storyblocks is royalty-free, pre-licensed, and ready for commercial and monetized projects. Again, I'm someone who stands by B-roll being one of the best ways to improve video quality and increase retention. So to start telling better stories with the tools that I use, head to storyblocks.com/modernmillie or just click the link in the description. All right, strategy number 4 is the retention plan. With your viewer now staying past those first 30 seconds, now it's time to rack in the rest of your watch hours by increasing your retention, ideally with video editing. So retention is like your watch time multiplier. This is where your flow of footage, your storyline, and your editing can all dramatically increase retention. Some things you want to do is cutting out dead air or dead moments, pauses, breaths, anything that is slowing the flow of your video. I usually do a few passes of just like cutting the fluff. And then when I have the video A to Z, I watch it again and I'm like, did I repeat myself? Is there anything that really doesn't need to be there? Can I cut it out? And then I'll do another pass where I watch it and I'm like, what moments are losing my attention? When do I get bored? Do I need to cut something out or do I need to add animation? So you could add in movement like zooming in, zooming out.
Changing your voice.
Using text pop-ups when creating emphasis. Changing up your shots or angles with visual variety. Also B-roll to help with your visual storytelling. Something that I ask myself at the end of the day with a YouTube video is, what is the promise of this YouTube video? What am I teaching? If the video is teaching 10 proven strategies for increasing your 4,000 hours and your watch time, and each of those tips, I look at the tips, if there's anything that is not relevant to that title or not relevant to the tip that I was saying, it is gone. That's just my personal preference. Strategy number 5 is hacking your click-through rate. Like I said, strategies 5 and 6 are some of my favorite because, fun fact, once a video goes live, you still have plenty of opportunity to increase your watch hours on that video. Even if it's been up for over a year already, it is not too late. You can still increase the amount of views. You just have to look at your analytics and figure out, okay, what do I need to improve on to leverage more views or hack my way to views, click-through rate, etc. So in this strategy, we're going to hack our way with getting more clicks on your video. What you're going to do is open up your YouTube Studio and click into the analytics of any of your videos. Under reach, you'll see a funnel. Top of the funnel is impressions, then your click-through rate, then views, then average view duration, and then giving you your total watch time from impressions. Your goal is to get as many people from the impressions through the funnel down to watch time. The more people that you could pull through that funnel, the quicker you'll be able to get your watch hours. So the first thing that you want to pay attention to is your click-through rate. How many people are clicking on your video from the number of impressions? We want the highest click-through rate as possible. For me and my team, we try to aim for a 5% click-through rate or higher. And if you're seeing that your click-through rate is anything below 4% and under, this is telling you that your packaging needs some work. So you could redo and restructure your YouTube title and thumbnail, even if a video has already been live. Proof that this works. One of my students in the BSP model, she literally was like, I am gonna go back and update videos that aren't performing well. I'm gonna update the thumbnails based off of what I've learned in the BSP model and about video packaging. I'm gonna change the thumbnails to better represent what's inside the videos. And like, this graph doesn't lie. After she changed her title thumbnail, immediately got I think it was 3,000 more views than before. She didn't have to do any extra work of filming more content. All she did was update the packaging and immediately started getting more views and more watch hours. This also goes to strategy number 6, which is hacking your watch time. Again, after your video is live, you can still use your analytics to your advantage and increase your watch time. So this is kind of like that bottom part of the funnel. How can we get people to not only be in our video, but stay there a little bit longer? So on any of your videos, again, this is only gonna work if you have videos up and you have analytics to look at, but on your videos, go to engagement and scroll down to audience retention. I believe this is only available after your video has been published for 48 hours. So it's okay to wait a bit to look at this one, but your retention graph is going to tell you exactly where viewers are leaving or dropping off with your video. Again, we're gonna look at those first 30 seconds. If 60% of people stayed or 60% or more stayed, that's great. If it's less than 60%, that's telling you that your intros need a little bit more work. So you're able to analyze the intro of that video and figure out how you can improve your next video. The next thing that you could pay attention to on this retention graph are big drop-offs or other big drop-offs. This is going to shed light on potentially like boring parts of your videos or segments where there was maybe pacing issues and people lost interest. Now, if you're seeing those moments where like there's other big drops within the middle chunk of your video, you can actually cut out, even after it's live, you can edit your video, cut out the boring parts or the parts that people are skipping to make the video shorter, increasing your average view duration and helping keep people on your video for longer. With this retention graph, you could also look for spikes. You know, this is going to shed light on great moments that you can repeat in the future, memorable moments. Maybe there's a specific topic that people were jumping to, or you said something where they just wanted to re-watch it. You really do want to pay attention to those moments too, because it could help guide future content ideas. If you're having a hard time reading analytics or analytics numbers just stress you the heck out, you could always export analytics as a CSV and upload to a AI bot of sorts and be like, hey, help me read these analytics. This is what I want to know. Boom, shakalaka, you got some answers. Strategy number 7 is know your math. Who would have thought math would actually come in handy after graduating high school? Who would have thought? So you can actually calculate how many videos that you'll need to post in order to hit 4,000 watch hours, which this is only relevant for those of you who already have videos up. You already have channel analytics. You already have some data to pull from for this. So let's watch this short form video from TubeBuddy.
4,000 hours equals 240,000 minutes of watch time. And the easiest way to estimate how many views you need is by looking at your average view duration. To find that, open YouTube Studio, click Analytics, then go to Content, and look for Average View Duration. That number tells you how many minutes the average viewer watches per view. Once you have that, the rest is simple. If each view gives you about 2 minutes watched, you'll need around 120,000 views total. If your average view is 5 minutes, you only need 48,000 views. At 10 minutes per view, that drops to 24,000 views. And if you're averaging 20 minutes per watch video, you only need 12,000 views to hit monetization.
So first thing you have to do is find your channel's average view duration. That's going to tell you how many minutes the average viewer watches per view. Whatever that number is, divide it by 240,000 minutes, aka 4,000 watch hours. That's the number of views that you need to reach, ideally, to hit the 4,000 watch hours. Now we're gonna take it a little bit further. What's the average number of views that you get per video? Divide that number by the number of views that you need. That is going to tell you how many videos that you need to post if every video you post reaches your average amount of views. But hopefully, with all of the strategies and tips that you're learning within this video, you'll be able to hit 4,000 watch hours a lot quicker. Now, strategy number 8 is to create a masterclass. This is something that I first saw implemented from YouTuber Caleb Ralston. He posted like a 5-hour video on personal branding and it performed so well. And he posted maybe 4 or 5 other like masterclass style videos after that. And I was like, I love this idea. Yes, let's do it. So I made a 3-hour masterclass video teaching like, this is how to become a full-time content creator, just thoroughly in depth. And it was one of my best performing videos, giving me and my channel the most watch hours that I have seen in quite some time. So if you're an educator on YouTube or you're teaching, this is going to be such a huge advantage for you to create some sort of masterclass on one topic where you could really show your expertise. Now, Caleb Ralston actually has videos on his YouTube channel talking through how to do this. So I won't even spend time teaching, well, first you need to do this for your masterclass and then this. I'm not gonna spend time doing that because you could go to his channel and watch his videos because I mean, they're masterclass style videos, really, really long, longer than a 2-minute tip. So definitely recommend if you're an educator to check out his channel and he can teach you how to create a masterclass YouTube video. Strategy number 9 is creating bingeable content. There are kind of different approaches to bingeable content. And I think one thing that people think of when hearing bingeable content is creating some sort of like signature series or creating a series. And There's nothing wrong with creating a series. The one caveat, the one reason why I would like hesitate giving that advice to someone is because if you haven't had any videos get a good amount of views or even like spike, get reach, if you haven't had any videos like get maybe over 100 views, or if you're new and you're just posting, I wouldn't commit to a signature series because you don't even know if that is what your audience wants yet. Signature series work well after you've already posted and you've validated what your audience is craving from you. And then you could lean into that crave with creating a bingeable series on top of it. So that is usually where like the bingeable series comes in, is after you already have data guiding you the direction to go. What I really mean by this strategy is being dedicated to creating bingeable content. Being okay with building out a library of videos, aka just posting dedicated to your YouTube channel, trusting that when one video blows up, you will have created this hub for somebody to binge a bunch of relevant videos. Being okay with that long process. This is where having a specific niche or speaking to a specific audience or rotating consistently through content pillars becomes an advantage, because let's say you niched down and you're like, I am a booktuber and I only post book related videos. If one of your booktube videos pop off, the odds of somebody binging the rest of your videos dramatically increase because all of your content is about booktube. Whereas if you have a lifestyle channel, which is not a bad thing, but let's say you have a lifestyle channel where you're posting about like your workouts that you're doing, maybe some of your favorite recipes, you just redecorated your home for the holidays, maybe you wanted to share a little bit about like your postpartum process after becoming a mom, and then you create one video that was like, here's how I'm setting goals for the new year. If that video blows up and somebody goes to your channel and they can't find any other videos talking about like setting goals or mindset or setting strong habits, they might not want to binge through the rest of your videos because they weren't related to the video that they found you from. Might. The keyword is like they might not. But that's why with this strategy, if you can be okay with staying dedicated and creating bingeable content around a topic or for a particular person or rotating content pillars, like if you could be consistent with that, all it takes is one video. The whole a rising tide raises all ships. One video can help have that snowball effect on everything else. I guess like a sub tip to this is like if you are rotating between content pillars and you have like fitness, fashion, home decor, etc., you could create playlists of all of your fitness videos, playlists for fashion, home decor, etc. And that way you have them kind of categorized together where people can like binge a playlist. That's also like something you could do. We could talk about that another time. And strategy number 10. The one thing that I did to have my first viral video and really changed the entire trajectory of my entire YouTube career. And that is by filling in the gap in my industry. What's funny is that this is the exact opposite of tip number 1, where it's like creating validated post ideas, where it's proof these videos work. It's like you have the evidence, you can pull analytics, you see your niche neighbors and what they're doing. And so like, you know, those validated ideas work. Whereas on the opposite side of that, the gamble, the risk of not seeing any information out there, but making a video about it anyway. And there is still some strategy to this. So let me share what I did when it comes to filling in the gap in your industry. So I was just a regular old gal, just looking how to become a YouTuber, how to grow an Instagram, how to become a content creator. I would just binge watch videos left and right on YouTube. That's just what I do. And I was trying to find a way, because I was wanting to grow on Instagram at the time. That was like my priority. I was trying to find a video that would teach me how to create my own like editing style. I was like, I suck at editing photos. And I see all these other influencers, they have such like aesthetic feeds, and I want to have an aesthetic feed, but like I don't want to edit like them. You know what I mean? Like I see like the moody vintage vibes and I'm like, that looks so cool, but that's not me. How do I create like my own aesthetic? And I was binging videos trying to find freaking how to do this, and it wasn't anywhere. And I was like, if I can't be the only one trying to figure this out. I was searching for how to do it. So that's the validity. I was searching for the answer. and I couldn't find it. And because I couldn't find it, I said, okay, well, I'm gonna figure it out and I'll teach how to do it. So I figured it out, created a way so that anybody could apply it, and I made a YouTube video exactly how I wished somebody made a YouTube video on it. And that is the video that went viral for me. It blew up, not even after I posted it. It actually blew up, I think, a few months later. It took a while. So again, you have to be patient. YouTube is like a long game sometimes, but a few months went by and the video finally started picking up traction. It's like YouTube finally found one person that loved the video, and because YouTube was able to identify that one person, then YouTube was like, oh, okay, let's push this to other people like this person. And because I filled in a gap in my industry that nobody else was doing, that was my unique advantage. So if there is anything that you're struggling with or you're trying to find the answer to and you can't find the answer anywhere, that is a sign to make a video on it. Luckily for me, it was within the niche that I wanted to grow anyway. I was already teaching Instagram tips on Instagram, so it made sense for me to teach it on my YouTube channel, and it worked out that that was already the space that I wanted to grow in. So that is filling in the gap in your industry. If you've made it this far, let me know which of these strategies stood out to you the most, really resonated with you, and ones that you want to actively start trying this week. Let me know which one down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Follow your joy. Bye.